Birthlines, Part 4. If you want to succeed, start off on the wrong foot. Written by Khatzumoto, posted in October of 2010. Narrator's note, yes, this is Part 4, but he released it as the second part. I'm assuming it's a kind of joke and a play on the title, and this is him starting off on the wrong foot. The next one in the series, chronologically, is Part 3, and then finally Part 2. Not sure why, but anyway. End note. Quote, "It is the greatest of all mistakes to do nothing because you can only do little. Do what you can." Quoted by Sydney Smith. Another quote, "I made the most of all that comes and the least of all that goes." Quoted by Sarah Teasdale. And last quote, "Do not wait, the time will never be just right. Just start where you stand and work with whatever tools you may have at your command, and better tools will be found as you go along." Quoted by Napoleon Hill. Side note, according to the Pedia, Sarah Teasdale committed suicide by ODing on sleeping pills, so someone clearly forgot to read their own writing that morning. Which reminds me of a funny story from Napoleon Hill. In one of his taped seminars, Hill describes how at one point when he was feeling really down, facing a major problem, he actually went and read one of his own books and, lo and behold, found a solution to his problem. Pretty sweet. Inspired by Hill, I've actually started doing that myself. I read AJATT, my own writing, for advice. A lot of the advice I don't agree with, but there are some gems in there, if you can get past the self-absorbed, unfunny writing. Haha, no, really. How do you guys read this and stay sane? Wait, don't answer that. The symptoms. Anyway. Taxes, kanji, massive reading assignments, the big ones, big, important things, tasks, stuff. We put these off because they're big and important and scary and need to be done right. Need to be done perfectly, need to be done right, can't screw around. This is major stuff, right? No room for error. I'll get around to it, you say. I'll put it off to the last minute. The time pressure helps me, you say. That's true and false. What it is that last-minute work forces ad hoc time boxing. It forces us to deal with real time, hours and minutes, instead of days. Days are a meaningless work unit. Unless day means 24 actual working hours, 1440 actual working minutes, no one has days to do anything. I'll do it when I have time. Yeah, this weekend. I have the whole weekend. 48 hours, I can do this. Weekend comes, weekend goes. Sunday night. I'll start Monday. I needed the weekend to rest. New day, new week, new beginning. Monday morning. Let me just check some email and Facebook here. Life is about friendship and networking. Almost lunchtime. Slashdot. I need to learn. I need to broaden my technical and intellectual horizons. A couple of minutes of Slashdot never killed anyone. Micromanaging is unhealthy. Besides, I don't know how to start. Lunchtime. Well, I have meetings and stuff. I'll do it when I do it. I still have like a month. 2 weeks at least. I'm totally fine. I have all the time in the world. No need to get riled up. Thursday. Well, it's past midweek, and these things are best done at the beginning of the week. I'll get around to it. Day before due date. Where's the How do you fill this in? Who's this supposed to go to? Crap, I need an extension. Gets extension. Promises to start again on Monday. Monday comes. Slashdot, I need to learn. I need to broaden my technical and intellectual horizons. A couple of minutes of Slashdot never killed anyone. I got an extension, so I still have lots of time. I'll get right on it tomorrow. Next day. Okay, time to really hunker down. Time to get serious. No more games. But first, Hulu. I deserve a break. I've been so stressed out. Next day. Okay, time to start. I've got this extension, so I need to get serious about this. Keep it real. But first, this room is a mess. Let me tidy up a bit. An orderly environment will lead to an orderly mind. Day before extended due date. Mother of Picard. Oh my. Animal reproduction in the feces of mother fondling moldy bread and other fungal interventions. I'm not saying I know any of this from experience, smiley face. And I'm not saying you do either, but other people pull this kind of insanity all the time, right? Yeah. Other people are idiots. The cause. Too much reverence for the important. Why does this story happen? Because the procrastinator isn't serious? Can't this idiot see the enormity, the importance of the task at hand? We're talking about insert important thing here. You can't just not do insert important thing. It has to be done, otherwise the world will end. You'll be dead meat. Fear, pressure. That's just the problem. The procrastinator is all too well aware of the importance of the task, and literally I mean too aware. Excessively aware. How do I know? Just scroll back up and look at all the parts highlighted in red. Those are all the fallacious ideas that the procrastinator has. You'll notice that they're vague and very all or nothing, a bad combination. Extremism based on faulty information. Our procrastinator is avoiding this important task because it's important. He doesn't know when to start. He doesn't know how to start. He just has to be right. That's a lot of time to do it. All the time in the world, in fact. So it has to be done right. And when he starts, there'll be no time for play, so he'd better rest now before really hunkering down and going to town on this thing for, hours, days, as long as it takes. This is all stuff that Neil Fiore talks about. Far from being lazy, our procrastinator has too much reverence for the important. He values it above even himself. But what he's finding out is that overvaluing important things actually causes them to be neglected. Cure. Care less. Give less of a one of those. Know less, do more. But don't do it well. Don't do a good job. Do not hunker down. Do not wait until you have all your ducks in a row. Do not get serious. Why? Because a crappy job on something important is greater than a good job on something unimportant. A crappy job on something important is greater than a good job on something unimportant. A gram of gold is worth more than a gram of sand. An imperfect, dirty, uncut, soil-covered diamond the size of a Tic Tac is worth more than, a perfectly polished leather shoe. Put another way, a trivial amount of work in a non-trivial direction always has non-trivial significance. Not knowing how to file your taxes, not having your documents, and just taking yourself to the tax office early in the year to get help is worth way more than pretending to prepare for a perfect surgical strike. Starting on your visa application, incompletely, imperfectly, without all your documents in place, is worth more than almost all the perfectly washed, dried, and stacked dishes in the world. Go to your SRS, get it wrong, miss a few, miss many. 90% knowledge of 5,000 kanji is worth infinitely more than 100% knowledge of 100 kanji. The bigger and more important the thing is, the less seriously you need to take it if you actually want it to get done. If someone tells you to read one page, you can do a nice, perfect read right before class or whatever. If someone tells you to read 1,000 pages, you skim and start and stop and start and stop and start and start and start again in these little bursts. The bigger and more important the thing is, the more it will benefit from being done even crappily and partially. The bigger and more important the thing is, the more just starting on it, just nibbling on it will be worth it. The bigger and more important it is, the less perfectly it needs to be done. If it's big and important, then don't finish it. Don't finish. Start. Just start on it. Then go play, then come back and start again. Don't have a deadline. Have birthlines. Decide when to start. Decide when you're going to touch it for even just 1 minute. And then leave it alone for a while. And then come back. Treat it like Farmville. You don't hunker down to do Farmville. You just do it. And somehow Farmville gets done. Oh, Farmville gets done alright. Novels don't get written, grandmas don't get kisses, but Farmville gets done, essay. Things that aren't important always get done. So if you want stuff to get done, don't give it importance. Just give it a minute. 1 minute? You can do 1 minute of SRS, right? Do 1 minute of SRS and spend the next 20 minutes drinking chocolate milk, playing World of Warcraft, whatever, who cares? Just be sure to come back after 20 minutes, but only for 1 minute. Then go back to hookers, blow, and World of Warcraft. If you want it to get done, make it fun. If you want to make it fun, make it easy. If you want to make it easy, do it in smaller chunks, time boxing, and give yourself a small reward for each chunk. Your reward could be a break. I'd go as far as to say make your breaks longer than the chunks if you can. And that's the basic idea. I don't have time to go into operant conditioning and rewards and random reinforcement schedules today. We'll save that for another post. I don't know that this will instantly make everything perfect for you. I hope it at least helps a bit. Take it easy, literally. But do take it. Take a nibble. Do something. Anything. If the direction is important enough, it'll be worth it. Something is better than nothing. Don't score, dribble. Don't knock out, jab. Don't hit the target, just shoot lots of bullets. This article sucks, this website sucks, but at least the ball is rolling, and that is the point. A crappy job on something important is greater than a good job on something unimportant. Now go do a crappy job on something important.